That's peace. Peace. In the name of Allah, I'm Aubrey Muhammad. I pray that everyone is well. Hempstead family, friends, and believers, welcome to my live session. Now, I'm sharing this on Facebook Live. So please let me know if this post is being shared, if you could see this live, because it's on YouTube. So I decided to do the channel right now just to start getting a change of venue, because I got to reach a broader audience, and I want y'all, and I want y'all to subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Because the YouTube channel is very intricate in getting the information out. Because this is going to be brief. It's cold out here. It's late. In the village is shut down. They don't need to even look around. But what you see behind me is Nassau District Court, where me, mom, and supporters came out to support her court date against AvalonBay, Westbury, who's planning to evict her. Now, 4 supporters came out. I'd like to thank you and show gratitude for you right here and appreciation. C. Edwards, Catherine Gary, Bradley Hinton, and Don Durant. I thank you for coming out and showing your support. Now, the obvious happened. We had to release that Nassau Suffolk Legal Service legal aid. It was atrocious. I have to say this. You need to know this. People don't know about these legal aids. These legal aids are horrific. They're just terrible. So we have to get a private lawyer. Now, it got adjourned till March 13th, 2023. Well, March 13th. I think that's right around election time. That's like a couple of days before the trustee election. 2 elections come up. I may be running in that. I may run for trustee. There's 2 seats, Jeffrey Daniels, deputy mayor, and Noah Burrows, who has a temporary 1-year seat that vacated by Mayor Waylon Hobbs. All right, and that should be about March 15th, 16th. Her court date trial is going to start March 13th, so that's going to be interesting to see those developments. And yesterday, during the afternoon, the supporters came out, and remarkably, it got adjourned to the 13th, like I say, of March, for me to secure a private lawyer. We got to get a private professional lawyer. That's looking good. It's looking promising, and we have already the funds raised like $970. I got a quote for landlord-tenant one for $2K. And I got another pledge for $5K. That's a big pledge, a big time. All praise due to Allah. I'll make the announcement when it's finalized, everything come through. And inshallah, praise be to Allah when that happens, because we really appreciate your support to ease the burden. One thing I was thinking, trying to raise money, trying to get people involved, when you get a big boost, when you get a big surge like that surge of help, it takes the burden off everything else. It frees up all the other areas that you're operating out of, so that you can focus on getting one thing done at a time. So once again, everybody, I appreciate your support. And one thing that stood out for me yesterday, it was sad. 4 supporters came out, all praise due to Allah, me, mom, and 4 supporters. That legal aid lawyer was trying to isolate mom. She was literally, and she might as well be on the AvalonBay team. She was isolating her, wouldn't let me speak with her and the lawyer. I said, well, that's my mom. I'm representing her. I'm her son and a care person. And this lawyer was insistent. No, I must speak with her alone. So we rejected. We said, no, why? Why? You went and spoke with the AvalonBay lawyers twice. This woman have had conference with like those AvalonBay lawyers or whatever. Or the first, October 3rd, I'm sure I saw her speaking with him. She just popped up in court yesterday. I didn't hear nothing from her. I ain't got no count. Sent her documents, videos, and that she asked for, and she never gave any feedback to a strategy or anything like that. But she pops up in the court in a guest appearance saying, I only want to speak with your mom and no one else. So that was bizarre. That shows right there that AvalonBay have been suppressing this for years and enabling it, and it's going to open up a can of worms. And she was there to shut those can of worms, showing how Avalon have hidden it from HUD. Mom have put in complaints to HUD. They're investigating. They've escalated to human rights, and have other people overseeing, monitoring. Sayla Bayan, she's a good counsel. She's given good counsel and guidance towards this case and support. And Rodney McCree, head of human rights, he's monitoring the events. And also, I got to get her name. I'll give it to you, the Office of Aging. She has asked to monitor these events. This is starting to open a can of worms. So I'm going to get this out to more people. That's why I'm streaming it from YouTube I share it on Facebook. It should be streaming live now, hopefully. If not, I'll re-upload it and send it there. But that was striking. How that lawyer, I knew it. I knew she was like that. I was warning y'all. One person told me, don't speak ill of that legal aid. You should have seen her. It was atrocious. I told you legal aids, they cop out artists and sellouts. They've been doing that since the 80s. I locked up a whole bunch of people. And in the courtroom, there were 6 other people I knew showing up in landlord-tenant court, right there, room 280. Yeah, 280, that's the second floor, 280. Is that a window there? No, I didn't see a window there yesterday. I don't remember a window. It must have been their back room. Because you go in the hallway, you go outside, so maybe the window was for them to go in the back, for the judges and those personnel to sit in there. And 6 other Hempstead residents losing their homes. 6 other Hempstead residents challenging. One sister in there, she needed legal aid. She needed representation. And everybody's striving, man. And the bulk of the people in there, now there's 6 people I knew in district court. My mom is facing eviction. And under the same lawyers, it was like 2 lawyers. That one a crooked bully lawyer, Mike McCarthy, Avalon's lawyer, Mike McCarthy, the AvalonBay lawyer. He was throwing out quite a few people. It was quite a few people he was evicting. He had a whole list. His name was all on the, the outside when you look at to see if your name and your number on the list for your, I forgot what it's called, the docket. Your name is on the docket outside. It was like, 30 things there, 30 different people. His name was heavy on there. It looked like about 10 or 12 cases, I think. I'm not, from what I saw from a distance, I was really focusing on just getting mom out of there. And that no good lawyer, lying, corrupt lawyer, is throwing out people, and mainly it's poor, low income, working people. Now, there was a few scammers in there. Few people didn't pay their rent. If you didn't pay your rent during the pandemic for months and years, you didn't pay your rent because they had a freeze on the rent. You didn't save up your rent money. That's on you. Okay, that goes on your record. That ain't easy. When you out here, you see you get a little break, a little relief. You need the funds, but you save that up. Don't throw away your rent. That's the first thing I learned. Don't throw away your rent, anything that you have saved for your rent. It was like, you could see it was obviously like 2 or 3 people like that in there. It seemed to be about in between 20-something, nearly 30 cases in there. I didn't count them specifically because we got out of there at 12-something. Because he wasn't trying to be in there. So it's just a snake den in there. And the other legal aid lawyer, she was a snake. These people look corrupt. Tossing these people out of their homes, working out deals with management. That's all they're in there. It's negotiating deal and cop-outs. That's all they do easily. You know what I'm saying? They do it easily. So what I got to do is show some support for them. This ain't over. Just because my mom is going through this, she's suffering. And Allah says, what you don't see, I have angels making them suffer too. But our people are suffering. 6 different people I knew was in court that day facing eviction. And I prayed for them. All that I encountered, I prayed for them. And that's the way it is. So remember, we need your support, and we still need to raise some funds. It seems like the lawyer is secure, but it's just in case they actually evict her for to get moving fees and to get temporary housing, to get, because the market is dim. These last 6 months, I've been watching that rent on 2 bedrooms. They've gone up to 2 bedrooms for decent housing in central Nassau County. It's $2,800 for decent housing. That's not utilities and electric and stuff like that. And then the more amenities you get, the higher it goes. Now she gets heat. They pay for electric and some utilities. It depends on the compound. It depends on the development. So I hope this has come through the Facebook because it's on YouTube. If not, I'll upload it anyway. I'll share it on YouTube because it's just a brief update because it's cold out here. And all praise is due to Allah. It's not windy. But it's nice out. It's a nice little breeze. And everything is closed on Main Street, but we got 3 months. Is that March? That's right, December, January, February, March. We got like almost 4 months to organize a rally and get more people involved. Like I told you, another Nassau County agency is monitoring this because these people are corrupt. AvalonBay, they corrupt, they push people around. They have a team of people doing this. They have a team. And what we need is other people who've been suffering this. If you've been displaced, you've had some maniacs, especially above you, stomping because people literally get away with damn near murder. They could stomp you and aggravate you to death, psychologically, torture. That's psychological torture. Psychological torture, in some cases, worse than physical. Did you know that? Terror and torment. So if you're suffering this, let me know. Connect with me. A few people, I've met, they moved on, so they really don't want to get involved. But you could contribute to something. Who knows? We could do a class action suit that'll really put light on stuff. Because the more people that come out from that, that gets more people involved. Yeah, I remember they were stomping, made my life unbearable, and I moved. You know how many apartments these same developers and owners and these investors and developers own? It's all a conglomerate. They own the big bulk of it. And they work together. They protect each other. They protect their interests against us, the common man and woman. So we got to strive to come together like they do. They team up to get it done. We got to team up and do right by each other. So if you've experienced stomping, noise, all type of devious stuff they do, it's a team of them, allegedly, at the AvalonBay. Some white woman, a no good white woman, bringing 2 big dogs right inches away from my mother's door, barking the dog, loud, like it looked like a Labrador retriever, something like that, a big dog, Irish setter, some big dog like that, barking next to your door. Can you imagine that? And she's on the first floor. Then they have that cars pull up like 18 feet from her apartment door. You see my car right there? No, it's like if I'm over here, I'm in front of the Dunkin' Donuts here. It's nice and well lit. Cars pull up towards the parking spot right in front of her window. Her window's like right here. Let me turn this around so you can see the Dunkin' Donuts here. I'm in front of the Dunkin' Donuts here. The sister that offered me coffee the other day, well, that's like mom's window at the AvalonBay. It's a little grassy area. They walk their dogs underneath there, letting them poop, and they pick up after the dog, but that attracts other dogs. They do that on purpose, right under her window. Her window's right here. And you walking your dog in the bushes. They ain't even supposed to do that. And she has to tap on the window. Stop that. Go take your stinking ass dog somewhere else, because they wouldn't do it under your window. Why are you doing it under hers? You see what I'm saying? She would be sitting in her window. Her bedroom is right there. You see the video, how she's minding. You see what she does during the day? Sitting in that chair. I got to get another chair that's better for her back. Watching TV all day. She get up to eat and cook, and she gets help. The home aides come to help her out. And she's sitting in her bedroom, and cars will pull up. 18 feet from her window is the closest that parking spot. Can you imagine that? And imagine if the window's open. Imagine if she's trying to enjoy fresh air, and what she got? Madness. So she comes up, and the cars pull up, and they blow the horn. playing loud music, this close to her. You can hear them talking on the bus. Did you hear them on the bus? They just got, you heard how they was talking, you can hear them. That close to her. They pull up in the car playing loud music and they blow the horn real loud. And then rumble the car engine sometimes real fast. And then the maniacs, and they look like Eastern Indian. They look like Eastern Indian. It's a team of them in different apartments. And they come from all walks of life, whatever agency they allegedly work for. They run down the stairs that's adjacent to her bedroom. They stomp down the stairs, run into the cars, a team of them. And when they get to the bottom, they bang on her wall next to her bedroom. You see where her bedroom is at? That wall behind where her bed is at, where she sits, they bang on that. And they run and jump in the cars, they slam the car doors. Then they take off. They go bother somebody else, go torment somebody else in different complexes that AvalonBay own, allegedly. Isn't that something? And in regards to these Eastern Indian type stooges and agents, I don't know what agency they work for, but who has access like that? Who has access to quiet the police? Who has access to quiet the management? A manager stood up for my mom. I'll go into details of that later. I got to save it for like the lawyer, the legal team and stuff like that. Manager was helping my mom. They fired her for putting in that HUD complaint that they concealed and putting in reasonable accommodations for an apartment move and to soundproof her apartment from the maniacs upstairs and the people next door. It's the ones next door. They come, and then some of them, when they come down the stairs, the way the dogs are walking, a few of them big mouth ones. These are like these are foreigners from like East India somewhere. Most of them are East Indians. Some of them were Chinese students up there going back and forth between different buildings. Some of them were white, a few white families. All of them traveled with luggage, and within their luggage would be equipment cases. I have witnessed on 4 different occasions, four different residents of that apartment 518 above my mother. When they travel with luggage, they have equipment cases. Now they have different luggage, but all 4 of them have the same equipment cases. That ain't no coincidence. These people, that's the equipment they use to bang and create this noise and do whatever they do in that apartment because they have free access to it. And they just giving a get out of jail free card and are free to do whatever they want. The police, her hands are tied. The police come. She called the police dozens and dozens of times over the years. It's been over the years, over 40 times. She called the police. And the police say the same thing, ain't nothing I can do because they're smart enough to keep the noise down when the police come. And if they were keeping up noise, the most the police could say is just keep down the noise. In which they go through the act of doing that. You know, it's sad. And AvalonBay enabled this. They could simply telling people to stop making that excessive noise. Because my mom did something against the lease or something, they would evict her, because you see how they're coming against her. That they do nothing. It's a setup. For years, they couldn't evict her. For years, they couldn't aggravate her. For years, and they're targeting me. I'm a political advocate, so it's political retaliation. And they're brilliant enough to hide it. So they couldn't get me, so they go after those around me. And that's one of the reasons Mom is doing that, because they've been doing this before she was even over there a lot. 12 years ago when my sister was there, mainly by herself a whole year, aggravating her. The same thing. 12 years ago, they were doing this. And they really stepped it up like in 2000. They really got outrageous in 2018 and in 2020. But that's why she needs your support, family. Keep supporting her and stay prepared for the updates, show the support, and still give some towards the GoFundMe. That the bigger that account, the better the war chest, because we need 2 different lawyers. And we need 2 different lawyers right now. That's elder and landlord-tenant. But if it escalates to where it's civic, because it's going against, because it's been escalated to human rights. And if it keeps going and they open up that can of worms and find out that Avalon was collusive with some agency that's doing this and other people find out, it'll open up big. And we definitely need that support. And we need your public participation. We got to do that for all our people. But that's it, family. Thank you for joining me. Now, I know I just did this on YouTube, but I'm going to keep going on YouTube. I hope it ports into Facebook and Twitter. I should have did it in Twitter too, but I guess I just share it there because this is my first time coming live on YouTube. I want to do something different because I want y'all to subscribe to my channel, this YouTube channel, so that I can get this a bigger audience. You know, the Facebook is good, it's local, but if I go YouTube, it's a little more interaction, it's a little more broader to get support because I can find out more people who are going through this. We must, because it's growing. It's growing, it's phenomenal. I didn't know that these agencies collude with each other like that. I knew COINTELPRO, I heard of the deep state, but I didn't know how like corporations were literally beholden to them and helping them out. Lawyers and legal aid, that shocked me. Legal aid lawyer. And if you may have had a legal aid lawyer, we need to confront that. All right, family, it's late, it's cold, so I'm going, and I pray that your Tuesday was well, and all of you who showed support that lift Mom's spirit, that make her feel so much better, you know. And I pray that your evening is well, safe and secure, your families are at peace, and you get justice. That Allah continues to grace and bless us. All right, fam, I'll leave you as I greeted you in the ancient Arabic words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Peace unto you. Have a great evening, family.